Come along with Corey and I as I rustle up some grub. We're going to make a Thanksgiving dinner. It's just the two of us. We're going to see what we have on hand in our pantry and our freezer and see if we can throw a good meal together. So come along with us for this journey and we will let you know what we thought of everything. Guys, have you ever waited until Thanksgiving Day to try to go to the store? It is literally like a suburban Hunger Games in there. We pulled into the parking lot and I'm like, no, Corey, you go in the store by yourself. I'm staying in the car. People are crazy. Mr. Rogers did not adequately prepare me for people in my neighborhood. I mean to tell you, all these kids everywhere, there is no way that kids needed a whole week off for one dinner on a Thursday night. Am I right? I found a really handy way to make shopping for Black Friday a lot easier. If you're on Facebook, just say what you're looking for out loud and then boom, you'll have ads start popping up. I'm not even joking. It's just Corey and I. The girls are with their dad. We decided to do a challenge where we make everything Thanksgiving related from our pantry. Okay, Kroger number 1 did not have the fennel that Corey was looking for. He is going to make his oyster stuffing. It serves us right waiting until the last second to get this, but it was something he kind of decided on the spur of the moment that he had to have. Other than that, we have everything we need at home. So come along with us and we will show you what we're making. At first I was going to do just pantry items, but I think I'm going to do a combination of pantry and freezer items because I have a lot of stuff in my freezer that I need to use. I was going to make some rolls from scratch, just using some flour in my pantry, but I've got some frozen rolls that I need to use. So it's going to be kind of a combination of just what I have on hand and where it's located in my house. So the star of the show will be this Keystone turkey. Now let's go grab everything else we're going to need for this dinner. Okay, let's find some gravy. Brown gravy, that should work. But I'll also see this turkey gravy. I'll go ask Corey which one of these he'd rather have. As I was going through my freezer, I found some leftover turkey from last year, but I do really want to try my Keystone turkey, so this might be good in our stuffing if Corey wants to use it. Otherwise, we'll just hang on to it for another day. Here are some dinner rolls that I need to let rise for a few hours. I am also eager to try these Marie Callender sides, but it is just Corey and I eating, so if I make all of these, it's going to be too much food. So we're going to have to narrow this down. Corey's not a big green bean casserole fan. Corey, does the sweet corn casserole or cheddar broccoli look good to you?
Yeah, either one. It doesn't matter.
You don't care. As long as you're getting your oyster stuffing, that's all you care about. And your giblet gravy.
Yep.
Both of which I will not eat. So it's only the two of us, yet we're making two separate meals. The rolls are rising. We will settle on this cheddar broccoli casserole because we need to get our greens in somehow today. We've got some stuffing. I think we got this last year after Thanksgiving or Christmas for 25 cents a bag. I am going to attempt to make Ruth's Chris sweet potatoes. Ruth's Chris is a steakhouse in the Dallas area. They may have them all over the country. I'm not really sure, but they have the best sweet potato casserole that has a pecan and brown sugar crust on top. It's so good. We are thawing out some frozen chicken broth from who knows when because it does not have a date on it. This will be used for our stuffing. And of course, I've got to have my cranberry sauce. I also have a couple of random rice-a-roni cheddar broccolis that I think I'm going to put in with the broccoli cheese casserole. Since we are not going to be eating our Thanksgiving dinner for quite a few hours and we're hungry now, we thought we would go ahead and use the soup kit by H-E-B. It is elote poblano chowder. So let's get started. It was a little bit interesting to me how they had all these individual packets for the ingredients, but yet they left the corn loose. It was kind of strange, but we added a couple of, or 1 tablespoon of oil to the pan, and then we just kind of sauteed the vegetables, which I believe were onions and green peppers. Then we put the garlic in there, followed by the potatoes, and then the corn. As you can see, I'm there trying to scrape it all out of the bottom of the carton, which again, I thought that was just so strange. I put a cup of chicken broth in there. We already had some on hand that we were thawing out for our dressing, but it really just called for 1 cup of water. And then I put the corn chowder powder, whatever that is, and then we put 4 cups of milk. And we started out just adding a little bit of the chili powder, and it needed more and it needed more, and before you knew, we ended up adding the whole thing. We love elote. When we go to the flea market, that's like our favorite little snack to get.
Good.
That's really good. I will say this. I spent about $15 on this kit for convenience. I think we have all the ingredients on hand. We could have thrown this together a lot cheaper. I think $15 is kind of steep when you don't even have any meat in it. That's good.
Good.
We did have to season it up a bit too. We used the entire pack of chili salt, and it still needed more, so we threw in a lot of garlic and onion powder. But I would say this is a good little snack. And he even put cilantro in mine. I don't know if you know this, but there's certain people who are allergic to cilantro, and it tastes like soap to them, and it has something to do with your DNA. I don't know what it is, but he put cilantro in mine, and it's pretty good. It doesn't taste soapy.
Pretty good. I like it.
2 thumbs up. I did not follow a recipe for the Ruth's Chris sweet potato casserole. Shocker, I know. I never follow recipes, but I'm sure there's some great ones online. Typically, I use fresh yams, but because I am using canned this time, I did not add the butter or the granulated sugar. It was already in a syrup that I thought was sweet enough on its own, so I added a little bit of vanilla, an egg, a raw egg, and then put some of my smoked maple syrup in there just to kind of give it a smoky kick. And then I just took my mixer and mixed it up. I put a dash of salt in there as well. I forgot to mention that. For the crumble topping, I just took a handful of pecans, put them in a food processor. You don't want to grind them up into a powder. You want there to be some texture. So I just did it for a couple of seconds, and then I added a little bit of melted butter, a little bit of flour, and a little bit of sugar. Like I said, I don't really measure anything, so if you are looking for a good recipe, I'm sure there's plenty online. Just to clarify, it was brown sugar that I added, not granulated sugar. You're going to want to bake this at 350 uncovered for 30 minutes. This is done, and it tastes just as good as if I made it from scratch. Can't believe it came out of a can. We have some baby potatoes that we need to use up, so we just left the skins on. We're just going to make mashed potatoes out of these bad boys. Corey is over here chopping up his gizzards for his giblet gravy. Next, I'm going to bake the cheddar broccoli casserole in the oven. It does have an option to microwave it, but I'm going to go ahead and do it in the oven, and luckily this is one less dish I have to worry about cleaning up when I'm done. When this is done baking, I guess I will cook the rice-a-roni cheddar broccoli rice separate and just mix it all in so we have ourselves a broccoli cheddar rice casserole. Okay, Corey is about to put together his giblet gravy and make the mashed potatoes. I would like to point out on the gravy, for those of you who are paranoid about Best By dates, this had a Best By date of December of 2022, so it's almost a year past.
Every now and then I'll make the giblet gravy, not every year, but the giblets or the gizzard parts are kind of hard, so I really wasn't cooking them right. I watched a YouTube video this morning, so you should cook the gizzards about 2 hours to soften them up, and then the heart's about 10 or 15 minutes. So that's what I did, and it made a big difference. The giblets, the gizzards are real easy. They're real tender and easy to cut up. So that was a good learning lesson.
Okay, the more you know.
Now we're going to do some, just mash up these potatoes, skin and all.
Potatoes are done.
I ate a little too much butter.
No such thing. Mo butter, mo better. The rolls have almost doubled in size, so we're going to let them go a little bit longer, though, before we bake them. The broccoli and cheese sauce is done, and now I'm going to add some hot water to the fill line and let these little rice cups rehydrate. We're going to start out with just one of these rices. I don't think we need the second one because this is quite a small serving. This side is supposed to feed 2 people, but I'm glad I'm bulking it up because there's just not much there. But if I wanted to, I could probably throw some French fried onions on here, stick it back in the oven, but this will be good enough. We're going to eat it just like this. Yeah, one was plenty.
Yeah,
we'll save the other one for later.
Yeah, it's just kind of...
Next, Corey is going to make his oyster stuffing. So we have some stuffing here, some oysters. We thawed out some chicken broth. We've got some fennel, some celery, and then we need to use up a poblano pepper, a red pepper, and an onion. So I was trying to think of a way that I could serve this turkey, and I have always been pleased with the Keystone products. I've tried their beef and their pork. This will be my first time trying their turkey. We're simple people and we're tired, so I'm probably just going to put this in a bowl, warm it up, and then we're going to put some gravy on top of it and serve it with all the sides. With these big cans, when Corey and I eat it, we can each get 3 meals out of it. So I might make turkey croquettes tomorrow. I might actually make this new thing I saw. It was like your leftover stuffing, mashed potatoes, and turkey, and you make it into little meatballs or into like little loaves, little mini loaves, and then you bake it, and then you drizzle brown gravy on it. Lastly, I'm going to open a can of cranberry sauce. I put it in the refrigerator because I like it cold, and I'm just going to serve this as it is too. But if you are ever looking to kind of elevate your cranberry sauce game, there is a really good recipe, I'll try to remember to link it below, of a cranberry fluff salad. If I wanted to really challenge myself to make a salad, like a fruit salad, out of nothing but pantry ingredients, I do have the powdered Dream Whip, which is like a Cool Whip, but it's in powder form. You just add some water, and then I think you put marshmallows, a can of pineapple tidbits, and then you cut this up. But I'm tired. I'm just going to eat it like this out of the can. These plates were huge, so it looks like we don't have a lot of food. I'm stuffed, babe. How about you?
Yeah, I can't eat another drop.
Is it stuffing or dressing?
Stuffing right now. Dressing when I made it.
Because I've heard if it goes inside the turkey, then it is stuffing.
It's probably true.
But if it's separate, then it's dressing. I just learned that a couple days ago. I had been walking around this earth for 50 years not knowing that fact.
Yeah.
What did you think of the dinner?
It was good. I mean, the turkey was edible. I mean, it's kind of like a canned chicken, but it does have turkey flavor.
Yeah, but even when you can your own turkey, I mean, it has that canned taste.
Yeah.
It all kind of chicken, turkey, they all taste alike.
So, I mean, the only thing I didn't think that went real well was the potatoes. We use those little, I don't know what they call those little potatoes, but they were kind of old, and I picked the best what we had, but it just left the skin on them, and that probably wasn't a good idea. And that type of potato, I don't think makes a good mashed potato.
Yeah, we had some instant potatoes in the pantry. I love instant potatoes. In fact, I prefer those over from scratch potatoes, but that's not the case for him. We had some potatoes that one of my clients gave me because they were going out of town and didn't want them to go bad. And what did? We let them kind of go bad. So I don't know that you're supposed to use those real small potatoes to make mashed potatoes, but yeah, those weren't that great, but they were edible. The turkey was good. I think I would like it more in a turkey salad. Maybe we can make some turkey salad with some cranberries in it. Or, like I said, I could make some turkey croquettes and maybe dip it in a cranberry sauce. Or put some gravy over it. The Marie Callender side was good, but I would swear that was a portion for just one person. It was like maybe that's what it's supposed to be, and I just assumed it was for 2 people. Yeah, but, you know, once I added the rice to it, it kind of bulked it up a little bit. The bread, I thought the rolls were good. I like my homemade rolls better, but that's okay. They needed to be used up. They were taking up space in the freezer. The sweet potatoes. He's not a fan of sweet potatoes. I kind of got him to come around a couple years ago and start tolerating them. But those Ruth's Chris sweet potatoes are excellent. And so, yeah, all in all, I thought that was not a bad meal to pull together out of what we had on hand. I hope you enjoyed this video. Anything else you'd like to say?
That's it for me.
We're full. We've got that, what's it called? Kryptonite? Crypto fate?
I don't know.
What's it called where you're tired?
Or
something like that. Anyway, I hope y'all are doing well, and we will see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.